So there you are, it's 2024 and you played Space Marine 2. And you think to yourself, wow, I wish Darktide had a Space Marine class. Then this perverted voice in the back of the warp whispers, what if you had both? Now before we get into the game, my name is TrillPhill. Welcome to the TrillPhill show. Please hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, all them love buttons for your boy. And let's get into it. Space Hawk is set in the expansive universe of Warhammer 40k. You are a librarian in the Death Wing, where you and a squad of 3 board the Space Hawk on a data recovery mission for the Adepta Mechanicus. You then follow the campaign through the Gene Stealer cult infested hallways to do various missions for the Emperor. This is Focus Entertainment's first go at Warhammer, and after the success of this game they went on to make Space Marine 2. So, how did I find this game? It's a little dated. Now, I found it just scrolling randomly through Xbox one day, and then I just came across it. It was on sale for $5, and this beauty was not a disappointment. The usual price is $29.99, so pretty much $30, and we're going to get into, is this worth buying in 2024? So, I haven't finished the game, so this is spoiler free. This is just my first impressions now. But in short, it's good. Now here's why. I have compiled a list of important things to gamers to ensure accurate analysis, such as point of fun, point of replayability, and point of content per dollar. And I think that these 3 are really good metrics on how to basically scale out what's going on. I grade on a percentile basis, then convert that to the final score. Now that you know what the guidelines are, let's do it. Fun factor. Now, although this is an old game, it surprisingly feels fresh. The attacks consist of lightning, push, and multiple choice of melee and gun. You can use the attacks in any fashion you like in this sandboxish game. The dark and unforgiving corridors of Space Hawk are beautiful monolithic cathedral rooms and has a lot of swarms and endless freedom of hatred to bring on to the Xenos. It is cool that you can take a breath at the click of a button with the Psych Warp. The Psych Warp takes you to the hub area where you can trade out gear and heal all dead players. But don't think that you can spam this feature because it's limited use only. You can break through walls, indoors, and you can also strategically plan use of the tech interface to disable and hack targets to destroy the enemy with more of a flushed out method of combat. Now, if you find yourself surrounded by Xenos and you can't do anything, you can. So all you have to do is barricade doors, and it limits the amount of threats to massacre. With the abilities lightning and push, strategically use them when you need to reload, and before you know it, all the Xenos will have fallen to the wrath of the Emperor. So when it comes to fun, I think this game is really fun just because it's like chaos. It's the same thing that makes Dark Tide fun, in my opinion. See, Dark Tide's fun, in my opinion, because of the chaotic level of destruction and mayhem and blood, violence, and guts. Yes, it is a dated game, but it is a beautifully made game. Some would say masterpiece potential, okay? And the reason being is because it is freaking flushed out as far as the art style, the character. Same with Space Marine 2, but the controllers is the problem, okay? Like, if you play it on controller, I don't know about PC, but if you play it on controller, it is an issue, okay? So with that in mind, we'll get into the next section. See you in a second. Replayability. So notable, some notable facts. I have not finished the game, so this is just my, first interaction with the game, first experiences. So I haven't really got to dive into the replayability because I'm still going through my first playthrough. But it consists of co-op campaign. It has a large amount of exploration that can be done throughout the map. The Space Hawk is actually massive, and the devs did a good job at symbolizing that or portraying it. I'm just starting out, but as far as I know, every map or every part of the map in every level has felt unique to the mission at hand for that level. And I can appreciate that, especially with it all being the same ship. They could have just reused assets all over the place, but that's still to be seen because I'm so early on in game. The next thing there is, I think that just starting out, it's akin to Dark Tide in the matter of the chaotic moments, and like, you have no time to really look at the environment, so you kind of miss a lot of things. What I'm saying is, the better you get at the game, obviously you're going to get some quiet moments, and I would take those moments to just backtrack and go check out all of the different things on those levels, because there's a bunch of hidden items, runes, and stuff that you can use to upgrade and level up your abilities through the skill chart. Has a lot of different content to it so far, and I'm just getting into it. The skill tree is dope. I like it. It's a simple skill tree. It gets you up to second tier. It's good. It's good. Everything is revolved around the game, you playing the game. If you play the game, the more you play it, the better you get, the more accessories you have, the more cosmetics, the more guns, and so on and so on. Overall, I think that it's good as far as replayability values there. I don't think it's an everyday game that you play all the time, but I think it's something that you can come back to and still have that same fresh experience. Saying that, we're going to move on to content per dollar. Number 3, content per dollar. Now, granted, I did buy this copy for $5, but the game is usually $29. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and judge this portion of it solely on that fact. So the content, you get the campaign, you have a multiplayer I haven't explored yet, so I'm not going to include it, and then you get co-op campaign. Now the co-op campaign is dope. I think that the actual campaign is actually cool. It takes about 30 hours to complete, like a completionist run, 8.5 if you just bum rush through it and just go straight for the objective every map. But yeah, I think $1 per hour is not bad, because most people aren't going to play 30 hours of a game in one sitting. That's like, in translation to normal game time, like for normal gamers, 29 hours, 30 hours of gameplay is probably like 2-3 months if you play it every couple days, every couple hours, every day or some shit. It takes a while to complete that. That's not something that you just do in a couple days. You know what I'm saying? You have a full 30 hours, then yeah, you'll beat it. But most people don't have 30 hours to dump into a game in a week, let alone 4 months. So it's a lot of game for 30 bucks. I think that it's worth it. The graphics don't look crazy bad. They look good. Actually, they look as up to par to I would say Dark Tide in a way, just without the ray tracing. So definitely recommend on that note. As far as the dollar amount, but I think I'm ready to rate the negatives of this game, and then we'll give you the final overall analysis. So the cons. Okay, so this is an older game, so it has cons, and these cons will more than likely never be fixed. If they're fixed, I will be highly excited for that. But some of the game cons that they have is the fact that the controllers, like I said earlier, the controls are wonky. It feels like you're playing something out of the early 2000s with this like PS1 joystick or something like that. It just feels wonky. You use the left, like as far as I'm playing it on a controller so far, and you use the left trigger to stab only, and everything involving your sword is on your left side of the controller, and then everything involving your gun is on the right side of the controller. And then B and Y are like your special ability, which is push and lightning. The control scheme is very weird. It's very bulky. The guns, they have some heft to them, but the swordplay does not. The swordplay feels weak, almost something akin to, I would say, the Elder Scrolls swordplay. Wasn't really a fan of that. Definitely when I can get the shield, I think I'm gonna go with the shield for up close, and then the big ass gun on my right arm. But as far as attention to detail and being lore accurate, I think that it's really good. It's some bugs that I've encountered in the game, as far as the hidden walls and stuff like that, and interacting with certain things are a little wonky sometimes. But I think that the lightning ability does almost no damage on higher difficulties, and the AI does nothing to help you when you're in the tech mode, and they just pretty much walk away from you. And then when you exit tech mode, or the drone gets destroyed by a wave of gene stealers, then next thing you know, they're trying to play catch up, trying to get back to your character. It's almost like they didn't fix the bug or the issue, because I guess that's a bug, but it's not game breaking. They didn't fix the issue of people using the tech ability and the AI trying to follow that tech ability, even if you gave them an order to defend. You can give orders. Their order wheel is cool, but I wish that their order wheel had a better locking system and better release. Some of the combat is a little stiff, and the way that it feels wonky is that you have to fully finish your attack before you can reload or use any other attack, so you can't cancel anything out. It's very slow paced, very slow moving. You're supposed to be a hulking space marine in this Titan armor, and it's just supposed to be heavy. So footsteps, all of that stuff's pretty good. Lighting, I wish that I can turn on my flashlight on and off at a click of a button. I think that would have been dope, because it adds atmosphere having all that darkness, but I would like to see some things sometimes. Other than that, zoom. I wish I could have the ability to actually see my weapon sights when I zoom, rather than like an optic drive. But you know, that's just quality of life complaints, nothing really too serious. So far, even with the negatives, even with the little shortcomings of it being an older game, I would give this so far a true 7 out of 10, not an IGN 7 out of 10. And that's combinating the negatives with the content per dollar, including the age of the game itself, and on top of that, the overall story that I'm experiencing so far. I think that it is definitely recommended that you play it, especially with it being on sale on Xbox right now. Thank you guys for stopping by. If this is something that you like, make sure that you guys hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, all them love buttons for your boy. Please get this video up to 1,000 likes so it goes somewhere in the algorithm. That would be so grateful to me. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.